on the fifth inning to really break the game open to make it 7-1, and then Hastings added a run to 6 to make it 7-2, and then Roosevelt added a run in the 8th, in the bottom of the 6th for the 8-2 victory there as well. Central Methodist, they are 6-2 on the year. They split a couple of games. They beat Roosevelt yesterday 9-2, then lost to Hastings 8-6 there as well. So Central Methodist went 3-1 down in Louisiana, then went 2-0 down in Sagoo the first week in February as well. Of course, if you look at the numbers there for Roosevelt, of course, it's Kiko Ogawa, who is now 2 for 4. Of course, if you look at the first game there, Ogawa went 1 for 3, so he's now 3 for 7 on the year. For Central Methodist, their leading hitter is Valentin Cerna. 464 average, the Holbert 6 RBIs on the season. Pitching-wise, for Central Methodist, it's Foster Seitz. Of course, he'll be today's starting pitcher as well. 1-1, 2.77 ER, 3 walks and 11 strikeouts. There, of course, other games going on there as well. Of course, at 2 p.m., we got the New York Rangers take on the New York Islanders in the stadium, in the NHL Stadium Series, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. That'll be take place at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 4 p.m. It'll be Hastings and Central Methodist. Game number 2 there as well. And then Wednesday, Central Methodist. Of course, tomorrow we got an NHL triple header starting at 12 noon. The Toronto Maple Leafs take on the St. Louis Blues. Then at 2:30 p.m., the Detroit Red Wings take on the Seattle Kraken. And then at 6 p.m., we got an NHL game on the NHL Network. The Ottawa Senators take on the Tampa Bay Lightning there as well. So lots of things going on there. Of course, Wednesday, men's and women's basketball will be taking on Mid-American answering 5:15 pregame show, 5:30 tip-ball time as well. So lots to get to you as well. We're going to take a few moments there. Get ready for some Central Methodist baseball as they take on Roosevelt on the CMUEagles.com and our conference network. We're back here at Estes Field for Central Methodist Baseball taking on Roosevelt, game number 2. And we'll go ahead and give you today's starting lineups. They're sponsored by Channel 8. Leading off and playing right field as JoJo Mack. Batting second is their center fielder, Bryce Heyman. Batting third, their third baseman, Kiki Ogawa. Batting fourth is their shortstop, Luis Delgado. Batting fifth, is their first baseman, Jack Kepler. Batting sixth is playing left fielder. That's Fabian Cruz down. Batting seventh, the catcher is Sammy Estrada. Batting eighth, their designated hitter, Aiden Bushbager. And batting ninth, their second baseman, Sebastian Casillas. Today's starting pitcher is Kellen Turner. For your Central Methodist Eagles, under head coach Nate Brela, they are 6-2 on the year. Leading off playing center field, Bobby Nichols. Batting second, their second baseman there is Valentin Cerna. Batting third, their catcher is Tanner Sears. Batting fourth, their right fielder, Carlos Negron. Batting fifth, their left fielder, Zeb Weddy. Batting sixth, their designated hitter, Peyton Becker. Batting seventh, their third baseman, Diego Duran. Batting eighth, their first baseman, Joseph Weatherford. And batting ninth, their shortstop, it is David Soriano. Right now, the umpires are meeting here at home plate. There's Nate Breland comes out there. I probably will introduce the starting lineups there. As Foster Seitz gets his warm-up tosses. That's Cooper Keel. And there you see the head coach for Roosevelt, Jason Becker. Nice and warm, and a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday, I think we were mostly in the 20s. Today, I think we're mostly heading toward the 40-degree mark there as well. Spring is about here. You know, a week from Friday is March the 1st. Usually that's the spring equinox. The eternal equinox, according to what Channel 8's own Dave Schmidt used to say. We're about ready to get started as Central Methodist takes on Roosevelt. Quentin Norris sitting in the catbird seat. Should be about ready to get started. Looks like now we're waiting for the Central Methodist baseball team to take the field there. And while they do that, let's go ahead and set the defense for you there. Sponsored by Casey's. Out in left field there is Zeb Weddy. Out in center field, Bobby Nichols. At right field, Carlos Negron. Third baseman is Diego Del Ren. Shortstop, David Soriano. Second baseman, Valentin Cerna. First baseman, Joseph Weatherford. The catcher, Tanner Sears. And there you see Foster Seitz taking the mound there. He is 1-1, 2.77 ERA, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. From St. Louis, he went to Timberlake High School, which is out in the Wentzville area. And, of course, came from Radford there. Of course, they had a great visit with his parents. They are also here today. Had a great time with him. So Foster Seitz takes the mound there. Nice crowd on hand. Right-handed thrower right there. There's the fastball, curveball there as well. So we're about ready to get started on this Sunday afternoon, February the 18th. Sears throws it down the second, and we're about ready to get started. And now leaned off for Roosevelt. JoJo Mack in the first game today went 1 for 4. That's against Hastings. Roosevelt won that one 8-2 on just 5 hits, while Hastings committed 5 errors. First pitch to him. That's a ball inside there. First pitch came at 1:01 p.m. Temperature at 42 degrees. The time and temperature sponsored by the Parking Spot. Easy to spot, easy to park. The Parking Spot, the Kansas City International Airport. Ball 2 is the count. 2-0 the count on JoJo Mack from Chicago. This is where Roosevelt is located. The Lakers. 2-0 pitch. Misses that there. 3-0 to count. 3 balls and no strikes on JoJo Mack. 3-0 pitch. Takes it all the way. 3-1 to count. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 to count. 3-1 pitch. Swings and misses. Fouls it off. 3-2 now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count there on JoJo Mack. Foster Sites gets assigned to pitch. And that's ball 4. Now Bryce Heyman will be at the bat. Heyman in the first game went 0 for 3. Runner at first with the walk. First pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 1. Beautiful day. Got some Dodger blue skies overlooking Estes Field. 0-1 the count. Throws over the first and back goes JoJo Mack. Oh, 0-1 the count. Sites delivers. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch on the curveball on the inside corner. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. More fans are starting to file in. There's Shelly Sears. That's Tanner's mom. Of course, had a great visit with her as well. 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot. That's a base hit there. So first and second now. Kikoa Ogawa went 1 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader with a single. First and second, nobody out. First pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. On 1 the count. First and second, nobody out. Here's the 0-1. It's a ground ball. Nice stop there. Oh, that's a base hit. Here comes Mack in the score and a 1-0 lead for Roosevelt. Here's Luis Delgado. Foster Sites needs to settle down. Talk to the baseball. Went 0 for 2 in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch. Fouls it to the screen. And it's 0-1 there. Oh and 1 the count. Here's the 0-1. Fouls it off. 0-2. Central Methodist softball earlier defeated Johnson 15-3. Johnson jumped ahead 3-0 after the first half inning, according to what Shelly Sears told me. Central Methodist softball 9-2 on the year. They will continue a 6-game road trip on March the 1st down to Gulf Shores, Alabama. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. There goes the runner. The throw. Safe. And now everyone steals a base. Take away the double play there. So it's 1-2 to count. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Fist that one. That may go out of play. It does, and it's still 1-2. 1-2 the count. Of course, Roosevelt defeated Hastings 8-2. 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 1-2. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. A little pop up there. Let's see who calls for it. Second baseman calls for out number 1. That's a big out there. There's Jack Kiefer, one for 3 with a double in the first game with a doubleheader. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 0-1 there. Oh, and 1 the count. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 there. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. A little bit inside. 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count. On Jack Kiefer. 1-2 pitch. Chopper to the second baseman. Goes over to first for out number 2. And a run will score. That's Bryce Heyman. Make it 2-0 lead for Roosevelt. And now here's Fabian Cruz from Carolina, Puerto Rico. Of course, you may know his uncle is Jose Cruz, who used to be the left fielder for the Houston Astros when they won the Division West back in 1980 in the National League Division West. He was the key contributor in that championship series against Philadelphia. Always had that high leg kick. His other uncle is Julio Cruz. He was the second baseman the day when Gaylord Perry won his 300th game back in 1982 against the New York Yankees. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 Roosevelt. 1-1 pitch is inside. 2-1 the count. With Sammy Estrada on deck. Foster Sides trying to keep it where it is. A 2-0 game. Top of the first inning. 2-1 pitch. There's a good pitch on the inside corner, and it's 2-2 now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kyoka Ogawa is at third. 2-2 the count. Your 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. We're going to do it again. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. More fans starting to file in. That's a bit high. 3-2 now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Estrada on deck. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4 there. Second walk of the inning for Foster Sites. And now here's Sammy Estrada. Of course, he came on later on to play catcher. And went on 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 RBIs on the day. So first and third, 2 outs, 2-0 lead for Roosevelt. First pitch to him. That's a strike. 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Fouls it off. Strike 2. 0-2 to count. Oh, 2 pitch. I think he did go. Let's see. No, he did not. He held up in time. 1-2. 1-2 the count there. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball. Let's see who calls for. And that's Negron makes the catch for the third out. So 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Roosevelt leads it 2-0. We'll go ahead and set.
Sales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
At first base there, Jack Kepler. At the catcher spot is Sammy Estrada. And today's starting pitcher is Kellen Turner from Hilo, Hawaii. Of course, the most famous TV show that ever took place was the original Hawaii Five-0 with Jack Lord. And then later on in the 1970s, there was another one called Fantasy Island. They had a guy named Ricardo Montalban. There you see the numbers on Kellen Turner. You see, we'll give you the starting lineups. That's Bobby Nichols, leadoff play center field. That's Valentin Cerna out in second base. Tanner Sears, the catcher. Carlos Negron is in right field. Zeb Weddy is their left fielder. Peyton Becker is the DH. Diego Diaren, third base. Joseph Weatherford, first. And David Soriano is their shortstop. So we head to the first inning there. Nate Braylon coaches over to the third base box. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Roosevelt. No runs, no hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. It looks like Trey Rasenflas will be the new first base coach. Of course, taking over for Rob Ayers, who's now the new baseball coach at Shawnee State. Here's Bobby Nichols up the bat. 296 hitter, 2 homers, 5 RBIs from Detroit. Of course, got to meet with him about 13 days ago. Or he was there when he did the presentation for Ozzie Smith, who came to Fayette. First pitch tones a fly ball in the right field, and that will go out of play. Oh, and I had a great time there meeting Ozzie Smith. Of course, getting a picture taken, and it was a lot of fun that night. There, of course, several of the baseball players were in attendance that night. And a great crowd that evening in Fayette to see Ozzie. 0-1 to count. Of course, his dad, Mike, is probably listening in on the broadcast there. 1-1 to count, 2-0 Roosevelt. First inning, here's the 1-1. Fouls that one off. Still 1-2 there. Yesterday, Central Methodist defeated Roosevelt 9-2. 1-2 pitch is a high fly ball. That will go out of play. One ball, 2 strikes on Bobby Nichols. 1-2 pitch. Here's a little cue shot. Knocks it down. Throw. Not in time. Bang, bang, play. Base hit there for Bobby Nichols. And here's Valentin Cerna Jr. He is a .464 hitter, homer and 6 RBIs. From Ingleside, Illinois. I believe that's around the Chicago area. First pitch. I'm sure a lot of people remember. I'm sure all the residents remember remember watching the 1983 Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, the 50th anniversary at Comiskey Park on July 6, 1983. Nichols at first with the infield hit. Valentin Cerna Jr. First pitch. That is a strike call on the outside corner, 0-1 there. On one now, and they're trying to chest Bobby Nichols. Valentin Cerno Jr. is at bat. Nichols at first. Here's the pitch. It's a high fly ball in the right center field. That's well hit. And the center fielder makes the catch. Nichols hustles back to first for out number 1. And that brings up Tanner Sears, 304 hitter, 1 homer, 7 RBIs from Higginsville. Of course, got to meet his mom and dad. That is Kurt and Shelly Sears. Also want to say hi to my brother-in-law's cousin. That's Kevin Hoflander, owns Hoflander Ford in Higginsville. Also, one of my former classmates from middle high school is from Higginsville, named Shannon North. First pitch to him. Ball 1 there. 1-0 to count on Tanner Sears. Right-handed hitter there. Nichols at first. Here's the pitch. Chops that one foul. 1-1 there. That looks like Carlos Negron on deck. One ball, 1 strike. Now they check on Bobby Nichols. Runner at first, the 1-1. That's ball 2. 2-1 to count. 2-1 to count. Braylon coaching over at third. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. That's up high. 3-1. Also, another former Central Methodist football player, played a couple of years in the United States Football League for the Pittsburgh Maulers. His name is Marcus Elmore. 3-1 to count as they're checking on Bobby Nichols. 3-1 to count. Three-one pitch. That's ball 4 now. So now first and second, 1 out now for Carlos Negron. 455 hitter, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and it looks like a courtesy runner. That's Trey Vorwald from Manteno, Illinois would be the courtesy runner. Negron is from Corazo, Puerto Rico, around the same area where the great Roberto Clemente, the great baseball player for the Pittsburgh Pirates, won a couple of World Series championships back in 1960 and 71. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Zeb Weddy is on deck. First and second, 1 out. 2-0 lead for Roosevelt. The pitch. A little bit. Oh, I think it did hit him. Yes, sir, it did. Now the bases are loaded full of Eagles. For Zeb Webby. A 240 hitter, a homer and 3 RBIs from Harrisburg. Not that far from here, just south on Highway 1, just going west on 124. Like you're going toward Columbia. So Nichols at third. At second base is Trey Verwall. Negron's at first. Swings and misses, strike 1. No balls and one strike. Let's see if Central Methodist could trim that lead there. Base hit could tie the game. A double could give Central Methodist the lead. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2. What Norris here from the Catbird seat at Estes Field. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. It's a little chopper foul. Of course, I want to give a congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Last Sunday won Super Bowl 58 in a 22-16 victory, 22-19 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Patrick Mahomes, the MVP 22-25 victory, MVP of Super Bowl 58. On the game-winning pass there. Ground ball. They'll go second for one to first. That kind of gets away. Nichols will score. Verwall will score. And a tie game at 2. They get the force play at second. So 2 RBIs there. Fielder's choice. And now Peyton Becker, who's 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs there. So just 1 hit so far for Central Methodist. And the first pitch. It's a high fly ball to Becker. Hits it to center field. Back. And makes the catch in front of the warning track for the third out. But Central Methodist gets 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 error, and 1 left on. We are through 1. We are tied at 2 on CMUEagles.com and the Hart Conference Network. Hey. Two runs, 2 hits, no errors for Roosevelt. 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Roosevelt. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Central Methodist. As Aiden Bushhaber lead the batter. In the first game, went 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. That's a 2-2 tie to work with. First pitch. That's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice stop by Tanner Sears. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Hits the ground ball to the shortstop. Stays with it. Throws over the Weatherford. Makes a beautiful stretch play for out number 1. Nice job there by the shortstop, David Soriano. And there's 1 out now for Sebastian Castillas. He went 1 for 2 with a single and RBI. There's a ground ball. That is a base hit there. So the third hit of the game for Roosevelt on a sharp single to left, on the sharp single to right. There's JoJo Mack, walk and scored a run in the first inning. Foster Sites just needs to talk to the baseball. First pitch. Ball one there. In about 32 minutes, it'll be the New York Rangers and New York Islanders in the NHL Stadium Series, sponsored by the Navy Federal Credit Union here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Throws over there. They're expecting about 70,000 at the start of the hockey match. If you have never seen an NHL game when it's played outdoor, they are fun to watch. That's a foul ball. 1-1 to count. We know St. Louis Blues will play the Chicago Blackhawks in Wrigley Field, and I know the other, what they have announced last night, Columbus Blue Jackets will host one, I think against Detroit, but we know that we played at Ohio Stadium. They're hoping 100,000 fans will show up at the Big Horseshoe in Columbus. Just that close. That was bang, bang play. One and one to count on JoJo Mack. Throws over there. I think they got it. Yes, sir. How about that? They got him napping there. 2 outs now. Well, there was no question about it. He got him there. He was caught leaning towards second. And when he made the throw, Weatherford put the tag on for out number 2. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bryce Heyman on deck. 2-2 in the count. Of course, after this, we'll have Central Methodist take on Hastings. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Misses that one, 3-2. 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch. Chops it foul, 3-2. Looks like one of the Central Methodist baseball players is going to get it. 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it all. 3-2. Three-two pitch. Looks like he called for time. Three and two the count. 3-2 pitch. And that hit him. So 2 out hit by pitch. Here's Bryce Heyman. He singled his first time up. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Nice stop there. Sears has it. And there's no throw, and Max steals second anyway. But a good job by Tanner Sears keeping the ball in front, preventing the ball going to the screen. 1-1 to count. They throw over there. I think they got no. Boy, that was close. One ball, one strike. 1-1 pitch. There's a strike call. 1-2 now. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Oh, outside. 2-2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kyoka Ogawa on deck. Two and two to count. Jacks, I think they might got him. Oh, if he threw it to like the middle part of second base, I think he would have got JoJo Mack. We know Saturday's 2 and 2 to count. High pop up. Let's see who calls for it. I think the. Oh, nice job there by the third baseman, Diego Duran, for the third out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second. Roosevelt 2, Central Methodist 2.
Bales takes the shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net! Two runs, 3 hits, and error for Roosevelt. 2 runs and 1 hit and no errors for Central Methodist. For Diego De Loren, 304 hitter, no homers, 2 RBIs. From Valencia, Venezuela. Sporting those pink batting gloves and a fly ball in the right field, and the right fielder makes a catch. For out number 1, 1 pitch, 1 out for Joseph Weatherford. 130 hitter, no homers, 2 RBIs from Flower Mound. But I know, talking to his dad last year, I believe they live in Batesville, Arkansas. Had a great visit with his dad, Steve. I'm sure he is listening in the broadcast. First pitch to him. And that's a strike call along with his mom, Gayla. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 now. Ball 1, 1-1 to count. 1-1 now on Joseph Weatherford. Here's the 1-1. That's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 to count. 2-2 on Joseph Weatherford. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now on Weatherford with David Soriano on deck. And I believe David Soriano's uncle is Alfonso Soriano, who played shortstop for the Yankees. Most notably hit a home run off Roger Clemens in the 2004 All-Star Game. And I believe that's ball 4. So a one-out walk there. Soriano is a .222 hitter, a homer and 2 RBIs. From Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Of course, his uncle is Alfonso. Played for the Yankees, the Cubs. First pitch. Throw over there. And back goes Weatherford, strike 1. All in one now on David Soriano. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. On deck is Bobby Nichols. Roosevelt got 2 in the first. Central Methodist tied it with 2 in the first. Weatherford's there with a walk. 2 balls and a strike, trying to pitch out there. Trying to test Joseph Weatherford. Two and 1 to count. Swings and misses. There goes Weatherford. And he's safe on the delay steal. So 2 and 2 to count on Weatherford. Weatherford's at second with the walk and a stolen base. Basic can get Central Methodist the lead for the first time today. That's outside. 3 and 2 now. 1 out in the second inning. When Diego Dale Wren flew out to right field, his first at inning. 3 and 2 now. 3-2 pitch. Lines a shot. That is a base hit there. They're going to wave Weatherford. Here's the throw. Throw is cut off, and Central Methodist leads at 3-2 on an RBI single by David Soriano. And David Soriano has 3 RBIs on the year, and Central Methodist now leads at 3-2. There's Bobby Nichols. He singled his first time up. First pitch. That gets away there. Here's Soriano. He'll take second. That's a pass ball, ladies and gentlemen. No question about it. Soriano's at second, the 1-0. A little bit inside, 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-2 Central Methodist. The 2-0. 3-0 to count. Three balls and no strikes. Soriano's at second. 3-0. Ball 4 now. So 2 on and 1 out for Valentin Cerna Jr., who flew out to center field his first time up. And that looks like a little conference action there. Here's Valentine Cerner Jr. flew out the center. Soriano's at second. Avi Nichols at first. First pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 now on Valentine Cerna Jr. One out in the second inning. 3-2 Central Methodist. Tanner Sears is on deck. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Two balls and one strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Valentine Cerna Jr. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Soriano's at second. Nichols at first. 3-2 Central Methodist. Quentin Norris in the catbird seat. Two pitch. Swings and misses, but I think he fouled it off. Trying to do what good players do. That is protecting the plate. Two and 2 the count. Tanner Sears on deck. About 15 minutes. It'll be the New York Rangers and New York Islanders from East Rutherford, New Jersey. 2-2 pitch. It's a high pop fly there. Left fielder comes in. Third baseman comes in, and it drops. Coming in to score. And Soriano's out at home there. Trying to score, and it's 2 outs now. So I have a feeling it's going to be a single. And then take second on the throw. And now Nate Breland wants an explanation there. Why on maybe that play at home there. But it was a good hustle there. So I have a feeling it's going to be counted as a single. And then Cerna Jr. took second on the throw home. Here's Tanner Sears. Drew a walk his first time up. First pitch. It's a high fly ball in the right center field as well here. And it's gone. A 3-run homer for Tanner Sears. And Central Methodist leads at 6-2. A 3-run homer. His second of the year. RBIs 8, 9, 10. And a 6-2 lead there. And now here's Carlos Negron. He was hit by a pitch. He came in today's game as the team's leading home run here with 5. Drew has 12. But he has first pitch. That's a ball. 4 big runs now. Makes it 6-2 now. The 1-0. 2-0 to count. 2-0 pitch. High pop-up. Let's see who calls for it. First baseman calls for it for the third out. But 4 runs there on 3 hits. No errors. And no one left on. We head to the third inning. Central Methodist 6. Roosevelt 2 on the Hart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
Six runs, 4 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Roosevelt. Kikoa Ogawa single drove in a run his first time up. 6-2 is our score. First pitch to him. There's a strike call, 0-1 the count. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Fly ball to right field. Foul. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. On to the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball. Cerna Jr. to Joseph Weatherford for out number 1. Here's Luis Delgado. He popped out to Valentin Cerna Jr. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Two. Pitch is a foul ball. 2-1 to count. Two-one pitch. Oh, nice pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good job of framing it by Tanner Sears. 2-2 to count to Luis Delgado. 2-2 pitch. Lines it foul. Oh, I think it hit one of the fans there. I'm hoping he is okay. Two-two pitch. Little cue shot to the shortstop, Soriano. Throws over to Weatherford for out number 2. Good scoop there by Joseph Weatherford. So 2 quick outs there. And here is Jack Kiefer. He grounded out to Valentin Cerna Jr. in the first and then drove in a run to make it 2-0. But Central Methodist added 2 more in the first and 4 more in the second. That's a ball inside there. Fabian Cruz on deck. The 1-0. Ground ball foul. 1-1 there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Nice stop there by the third baseman. To Weatherford in time. A 1-2-3 inning goes Roosevelt. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Central Methodist 6, Roosevelt 2 on the Heart Conference Network.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Yeah, National Hockey League. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And then you hit this button that has schedule. Because I just wanted to get, just hit that, yeah. Because I just want to get an update on that game right there.
That game?
Yeah, it hasn't started yet, but I just want to maybe sometime get a score.
Yeah.
You know.
I can keep an eye on that for you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Yeah, that's the website there. That's pretty, yeah, that's just, and I think if you click on that game, I think it says Game Tracker,
Okay.
they'll give you the updates or something like that. 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Roosevelt. There's Zeb Weddy up there. Hit to a field short, drove in 2 runs, and an error that tied the match at 2. First pitch to him. It's a high fly ball in the right field. Right fielder calls for it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Had to fight the sun there. There's Peyton Becker, 0 for 1. He flew out to center field at the end of the first inning. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One of the 2 hits he's had was a home run. From Merrill, Wisconsin, around the Milwaukee area. Hits the ground ball to third. Third baseman has it, throws over to first. Oh, he dropped it. That'll be an error right there. I think that'll be on the first baseman. So the second error already today for Roosevelt. Here's Diego Duran. He flew out to right field his first time up. There you see, sporting those beautiful pink batting gloves. 2 errors already for Roosevelt. First pitch. That's a ball there. That should be 4 hits for Central Methodist. And there should be 2 errors for Roosevelt, even though it says the scoreboard says 1, but it should be 2 according to my book. There's a strike call, 1-1 there. Because the other one came in the first inning. On that fielder's choice, that resulted in an error. 1-1 pitch. A little bit inside, 2-1. Two and one to count. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 to count. 3 balls and a strike to Diego Duran. One pitch. It's a chopper foul, 3-2. Three and two to count. Becker's at first on the error. They're going to check on him, and back he goes. Bottom of the third inning, 6-2 Central Methodist. Here's a pitch and a line drive into left field. Left fielder calls for it for out number 2. Becker goes back to first. For Joseph Weatherford. He drew a walk his first time up. Weatherford at the bat. He is one of the seniors on the squad there. Now they throw over there. Soriano's on deck. First pitch. And a balk has been called. Second time we have seen the balk. I think usually in all the years I've watched Major League Baseball, I think that's the... Now last year when Central Methodist played Peru State pitchers combined had 6 of them. That's the most I've ever seen in a baseball game. I know the average number of them I have the most beforehand in a Major League Baseball game, I think I have seen is 2. And usually the National League are the masters of calling balks. Especially in the World Series. And one of those umpires that's always good at calling a balk was Doug Harvey. The other times I remember that was in the 75 World Series with Luis Tiant, where he always likes to twist and turn. Back goes Becker for out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Joseph Weatherford. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Joseph Weatherford. From Flower Mound, Texas. I know his family is living around the Batesville area, according to his dad, Steve. Of course, I enjoyed meeting him last year. Fouls it off, 1 and 2 the count. And I'm looking forward to meeting his dad, Steve, along with his mom, Gayla. Soriano on deck. Becker at second with 2 outs. The 1-2. Fouls it off. Still 1 and 2. Trying to add to the 6-2 lead there. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. It's a chopper, fouled. Back to second is Becker. One ball, 2 strikes. Becker is at second. It's a little liner in the left field. That'll be a base hit. Here comes Becker. Here's the throw. It's cut off, and a 7-2 lead for Central Methodist on a single to left field by Joseph Weatherford. And for Joseph Weatherford, that's his 3rd RBI of the year. So it looks like we'll have a time call there. And it looks like a break in the action here on the Hart Conference Network. Central Methodist 7 and Roosevelt 2. So new pitcher Connor Collins is the new pitcher on the mound. From Auburn, Illinois. So far, Roosevelt is already 2-1 already. Hastings is 1-2. Central Methodist has a chance to go 2-1. David Soriano single drove in a run his first time up. Where's number 2? Like a famous shortstop, Derek Jeter. First pitch. That gets away there, and Weatherford will take second. That's a wild pitch. Roosevelt got 2 in the first. Central Methodist got 2 in the first. 4 in the second. And now 1 more in the third. Trying to add some more runs there. The 1-0. There's a strike. No, ball. 2-0 to count. Bobby Nichols on deck. Two-0 pitch. It's a high fly ball. That will go out of play. 2-1 to count. Two balls and a strike. Bobby Nichols on deck. Two-one pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder has some room, and he makes the catch for the third out. So 1 run there on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Central Methodist 2, Central Methodist 7, Roosevelt 2 on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
There he is in the area. Yep, there's the 1. 7 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Roosevelt. Fabian Cruz drew a walk his first time up. Foster Seitz has a 5-run lead to work with. And there's a strike call, 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. Followed by Sammy Estrada. 0-1 pitch. That's a ball, 1-1 to count. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1 to count. Two and 1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. Two and 2 the count. to Fabian Cruz. 2-2 pitch. The ground ball to the third baseman. Throws over to Joseph Weatherford for out number 1. Boy, he has really pitched with confidence now. He's retired 5 in a row. Here's Sammy Estrada. He flew out to Carlos Negron in right field. First pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. I'm getting ready. Okay. Getting ready to go. Okay. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Negron is there for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now for Aiden Rushhader. Grounded out to David Soriano, his first time up. First pitch. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 to count. A little bit high. 1-1. 1-1 now. One pitch. Hits the ground ball to Soriano. Throws over to Weatherford for another 1, 2, 3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We're halfway home. 7-2 Central Methodist.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Hey, you know what? All right. And you know what? I was going to tell you, I just got to tell you, you're going to be on awesome. 7 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. And Bobby Nichols 1 for 1 with a single and a walk and scored 2 runs so far. That's a ball. 1 ball, no. The 1-0 pitch. It's a liner. There's a base hit. He has 2 singles and a walk. He's been on base 3 times there. Wow. Sharp single to right. 6 hits now for Central Methodist. Here's Valentin Cerna Jr. 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch, you're trying to bunt. Lays down a beautiful bunt, and that's going to go foul. Had the right idea.
if he would have kept it in fair territory, I believe Valentin Cerna Jr. could beat it out easily. But instead, strike one with Tanner Sears on deck. Came in today's game, the team leader in home runs with 5, RBIs with 12. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. 0-2 there. No balls and 2 strikes. They got Nichols. The throw. Not in time. Boy, he read it perfectly. Boy, he read that thing like the great Maury Wills used to do. When Maury Wills was with the Dodgers, he was the master of how to read the pitcher. At times, he was very successful at it. Oh and 2, runner at second. Now they got him hung up there. And there's out number 1 there. I think he might have took off too early there. So 1 out now, still 2 strikes there on Valentin Cerna Jr. Here's the 0-2. Hits a little chopper to the first baseman. Throws over the first. Not in time. Good hustle there by Valentin Cerna Jr. And if Bobby Nichols would have stayed at second, we could have had first and third and nobody out. For Tanner Sears, who was 1 for 1 with a homer and 3 RBIs there. Sears has 2 homers and 10 RBIs on the year. Second on the team there. Actually tied for second with Bobby Nichols. Carlos Negron has 5, who's on deck. 1 ball, no strikes. Now they check on Valentin Cerna Jr. And it's another balk. That's the 3rd of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Now the coaches want an explanation there. Like I said, in the times I've watched Major League Baseball, the best one I can tell you who was always good at calling balks was a guy named Doug Harvey. And I know the National League was always the best at it. I usually would say Doug Harvey was number 1. Then usually number 2 would be Harry Wendelstead. And I think Harry Wendelstead was always number 2 on the list there. So runner at second now, and it's a ball. 2 ball, actually it's ball 1 now. 7-2 Central Methodist. Yeah, 2 balls and no strikes on Tanner Sears. Cerna Jr.'s at second. 3-0 to count. And usually number 3, back in the 60s, they had a guy named Lou DeMiro, who was always famous for throwing out Earl Weaver in Game 4 of the 1969 World Series. Ball 4 now. 2 walks already today for Tanner Sears. Here's Carlos Negron, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his first time. And now the courtesy runner is Trey Vorwald. I wonder if he's like Herb Washington. If you remember Herb Washington, he used to be the famous pinch runner for the Oakland A's back in 1974. Always came on as a pinch runner there. Except one time he got picked off first base by Don Sutton in Game 2 of the 74 World Series. First and second. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike call, 1-1 now. So 3 balks today. Now remember, last year in the doubleheader against Peru State, we had 6. 1-1. It's a ground ball. He'll go to third for 1. The first double play. So a 5-3 double play goes Central Methodist. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. We are head to the 5th. Central Methodist 7. Roosevelt 2 on the Heart Conference Network. Seven runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. Sebastian Casillas. He singled, but remember, he was caught stealing off first base on the pickoff attempt by Foster Seitz. First pitch. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. I tell you one thing about it. He has really settled down really ever since the 3rd inning. Round ball there. D-Ren to Rutherford for out number 1. So 1 out now for JoJo Mack. JoJo Mack, 0 for 0, walk in the first, hit by a pitch in the second. First pitch. Fly ball there. Negron has some room. And there's 2 outs now. 2 quick outs there. There's Bryce Heyman. 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. There's a strike call, 0-1 in the count. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a ball, 1-1 to count. One and one to count on Bryce Heyman. He's retired 9 in a row.
Just missed inside. 2-1 the count. Chance for another 1-2-3 inning. 2-1 pitch. That's inside. 3-1. 3-1 to count there on Bryce Heyman. Kiki Ogana on deck. 3-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 3-2 now. Central Methodist will play Hastings around the 4 o'clock hour. Hastings is 3-4 on the year. Lost to Roosevelt 8-2. And now a walk. So a 2-out walk. Kigawa Ogawa, 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. That came in the first inning. The last hit for Roosevelt came in the second inning. The last base runner was also in the second inning. A high fly ball to left field. That's well hit. And it's gone. A 2-run homer. Now it's suddenly 7-4 now. On a 2-run shot there. Boy, he just golfed it out of here. Probably brought his driver and took it out over the left field green monster to make it 7-4 now. First pitch to, that's Delgado for a ball. 0 for 2 on the scoreboard says 7-3, but it should be 7-4 now. The 1-0. Did he go? No swing. 2 on the count. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Two one pitch. Lines it. Oh, off the glove over the head of Soriano. Good effort there. That'll be a base hit all the way. No question about it. 5th hit of the game for Roosevelt. There's Jack Kiefler, 0 for 2 with an RBI. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 to count. 7-4 is our score. Quentin Norris from the catbird seat. The 0-1, little cue shot. There's a base hit there. Now the tying runs at the base. For Fabian Cruz, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. It looks like Jordan Schwellenbach will come out there, probably just to settle him down and maybe go over the scouting report on how to pitch to Fabian Cruz.
Bale takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Fabian Cruz up there, 0 for 1 with a walk. So now first and second, the tying run at the plate. First pitch to him. Fly ball to left. Left fielder makes the catch for the third out. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. And they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 7, Roosevelt 4 on the Heart Conference Network. As we head to the 5th inning now, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. Here's Zeb Weddy. 0 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Looks like Alexander Billow is warming up in the Central Methodist bullpen. There's a ground ball. Third baseman knocks it down. And let's see how they're going to score. I have a feeling that's going to be a base hit there. And Tim Crowley will agree with me. 4, 5, 7. That was a bang-bang play. And the 8th hit of the game now for Central Methodist. Here's Peyton Becker, 0 for 2. Flew out and then reached on an error that scored the run the 3rd inning. Tries to bunt. Oh, bunts in the air, foul. You wonder if they may try the old suicide squeeze. Looks like a courtesy runner. Looks like number 9. That is Nick Tampa from Algonquin, Illinois. So Tampa is the courtesy runner. Tries to bunt. They throw over there, and back he goes. It's ball 1. 1-1 to count. Peyton Becker. 3 NHL games tomorrow starting at noon. Toronto and St. Louis. 2:30. Tries down a bunt. That's a beautiful bunt there. His only play is the first. They do get him, and a sack bunt works. 1-4 on your scorecard. Then at 2:30 p.m., it's Detroit and Seattle. 6 p.m. on the NHL Network. So it's a balk call. 1-1 to count. I think that's the fourth balk of the day. So the pitch did not count. Now he'll try to bunt. There's a strike, 1-2. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Swings and misses, strike 3. So 1 out now. Here's Diego Duran, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Sporting those pink gloves. Also warming up in the Central Methodist bullpen, Ray Dal Santos. Here's the pitch. That's a strike call, 0-1 the count. Oh, I love those pink gloves there. I wonder if Dale Wren can give me one of those. Size extra large, please. They throw back over there. Weatherford on deck. Here's the 0-1. It's a high fly ball. That will go out of play. 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning. Central Methodist leads it 7-4. Trying to add some insurance runs. 0-2. That's high. 1-2. One and two, the count, 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball, still 1-2. Still 1-2 the count. On Diego De La Ren. 1-2 pitch. That gets away there, and now Tampa will take third. That's a wild pitch there. 2-2 the count. You see Nick Brillen giving out the instructions, and you see the infield is in. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. And it's ball 4 now. So first and third now for Joseph Weatherford. Oh, actually 3-2. He thought that was ball 4, but I was fooled. But the umpire said, sorry, you have to go back to the plate. 3-2 now. Now it's ball 4 now. Now we got it straight. Here's Joseph Weatherford. He's been on base twice, 1 for 1 with a single, with an RBI. He also drew a walk. 3 RBIs on the year for Joseph Weatherford. Looks like a little conference action taking place. And we'll kind of step aside.
Bale takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Right down. ruling there on when Becker was, even though it was a scout bunt, sack bunt, but they found out it was a balk. And now it looks like Weatherford's been hit by a pitch. Wonder if he's okay. So now the base is loaded full of Eagles. And there's one out now for David Soriano. Four, 5, 7. So now Trey Forwald from Mantina, Illinois. Of course, he was a courtesy runner earlier. He comes to bat there. Looking for his first hit of the year. And a perfect deal with the bases loaded. Infield in at the corner, infield at the middle, anticipating double play. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. Bobby Nichols on deck. Bases loaded full of Eagles with one out. Trying to add a run here. Chops it foul, 0-2. A base hit can make you 2. A double could clean the bases. A triple will definitely clean the bases. Oh, 2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. Bobby Nichols on deck. Bottom of the 5th inning. 7-4, Central Methodist. Trying to go for win number 7 on the year. After the Hastings game, they'll play Olivet Nazarene on Thursday at 4:30, and then Missouri Baptist at 4:30. Off Saturday, and then next Sunday they'll play Oklahoma City at 1:30, and then Columbia College at 4:30. 2-2 to count. Bottom of the 5th inning. 4 balks already today. That hit him, and that was driving a run there. His first RBI of the year for Trey Forwald to make it 8-4 now. And the bases are loaded full of Eagles. So 8-4 now, and we're still in the 5th inning. It looks like we may be heading toward the end of the first period of that NHL game between the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders. Nichols is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, also drew a walk. First pitch to him. Hits a high fly ball to right field. That should be deep enough to score a run. And coming in to score is Dale Wren. And also the third is Weatherford to make it 9-4. He did his job perfectly. Did his job perfectly. And it's first and third now to make it 9-4. Here's Valentine Cerna Jr. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. There's a strike call, 0-1 in the count. Oh, 1 pitch. It's a little chopper to third. Throw to first. They got him. Bang, bang play, but Central Methodist answers with 2 big runs there. on just one hit. No errors, and they leave 2. We head to the 6th inning. Central Methodist 9, Roosevelt 4 on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
So, new pitcher on the mound, Alexander Billow, 0-0, ERA 8.93, walks 3 strikeouts, Winter Haven, Florida. Spring training home of the Boston Red Sox. Of course, I got to meet Alex about 13 days ago. He was one of several that came over to see Ozzie Smith, and he was the one that took my picture with Ozzie Smith. It was a fun night for him. Also, a new left fielder, that's Ray De Los Santos, takes over in left field. Here's Sammy Estrada, 0 for 2, twice has flied out to Carlos Negron. 9 runs, 8 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. I'm sure sometime down the road, I think the Hastings baseball team should be arriving here soon for the 4 o'clock game. And that's a strike call, 1-1 now. Usually there's about a 25-minute break here, so there's a good possibility we may start early for Game 3, which that'll be fine by me. 1-1 to count. One ball, 1 strike. Fly ball hit well to left field. Foul ball, 1-2 to count. On Sammy Estrada, who's twice has flew out to Carlos Negron. Foster Science went the first 5. The 1-2 pitch. Misses that one, 2-2 to count. I'm sure his mom, Jill, was happy with the performance today. Of course, had a great visit with Jill right before the pregame show. Nice job there. Strike 3 call. So 1 out now for Aiden Brushhader, who is 0 for 2 twice, has grounded out to David Soriano. First pitch to him. Oh, there's the curve. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, nice job there. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1 to count. Today's attendance, 42,400 on hand on this February 18th. I'm sure millions of people are watching on television. Either that or some are watching the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders in that stadium series on ABC Sports down in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 3-1 the count. 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. That's a 1-out walk there. Here's Sebastian Castillas. 1 for 2 single, then grounded out the third. Alexander Bell's job to keep it where it is, a 9-4 ball game. First pitch. Pie pop up there. I think Bobby Nichols has some room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now. Here's JoJo Mack, 0 for 1. He's been at bat 3 times. He also had a walk and was hit by a pitch. Top of the 6th inning there. First pitch. Another pop up there. That may go out of play. And it's 0-1 the count. If you look ahead to the 6th inning, you got the heart of the order. Sears, Negron, and I believe that will be the first batter for Ray De Los Santos. 0-1 now, tries to bunt. Lays down a bunt. And it stays in there. Oh, my. That is called a bunt single there. How about that? A bunt single by JoJo Mack. Kept it on the line there. There's Bryce Heyman up there. 1 for 2. Single in the walk. First pitch. Fly ball to center field. Nichols has it. Has some room to work with. And makes a catch there for the third out. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors. And they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Central Methodist 9. Roosevelt 4. On the Heart Conference Network. That's an interesting name. Okay, I bet he moves from third. So a new pitcher on the mound for Roosevelt, Kyoko Oganwa. Of course, started at third base for the first game against Hastings. Played some third earlier as well, so he moves to the pitcher spot with a 9-4 lead there. It looks like a new third baseman there. So I'm thinking that may be Aiden Brush Hader. Well, probably no more. 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. Here's Tanner Sears, 1 for 1. Homer, 3 RBIs, and 2 walks. It is Aiden Brush Hader. Moves from the DH to the third base spot. There's a strike call, 0-1 the count. Carlos Negron on deck. The 0-1. It's a little chopper, fouled. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 to count. Glad to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. We'll have one more to go. 0-2 pitch. It's a little chopper, fouled again. There is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. That's Marcus Pritchard, also from Winter Haven. Also had a good visit with him a few times this year. Remember last year against William Woods, he threw a one-hitter. And the only hit he gave up was on the first play of the game. First bat of the game. And then retired 21 now. 21 hitters the rest of the way. Strike 3 calls, so 1 out now. Here's Carlos Negron, 0 for 2, with a hit batsman. Negron. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike 1. Zeb Webby is on deck. I think they put Ray De Los Santos in for defensive purposes in that 6th inning. The 0-1. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. One pitch. 2-1 to count. Two balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Strike. 2-2 to count. Two pitch. It's a little ground ball. There's a base hit for Carlos Negron. 9 hits now for Central Methodist. Zeb Weedy, 1 for 3, a single, 2 RBIs on the day. That came in the first inning on the fielder's choice. That led to the error that drove into 2 runs. Up 9-4, trying to add to that lead there. Nice stop there. Couldn't find it, but not far enough to advance Carlos Negron. 1 ball, no strikes. It looks like the Hastings team has arrived. We may get to start early, even though it's scheduled for 4, but we could start early. Strike call, 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Swings and misses. Strike 2. 1-2 to count. Looks like Peyton Becker on deck. One-two pitch. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Zeb Weddy. 2-2 pitch. It's a little ground ball, too short. They'll go second for 1. The first, double play. A 6-4-3 double play, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one let on. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Central Methodist 9, Roosevelt 4 on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
So a new pitcher on the mound, that is Justin Stedry from Saginaw, Michigan. Boy, a beautiful area to go to around the northern side of Michigan. I remember going there numerous times on vacation, even though it's been 35 years since I've been to Saginaw, Michigan. Also a new catcher in the game, that's Dominic Van Dorn. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for Roosevelt. This is not a save situation. Ikoa Agawa. 2 for 3 with a homer and 3 RBIs on the day. And that's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. Bill will pitch 1 inning. Pitch the 6th. Now it's Stedry's turn. And it's 1-1 to count. I believe this is his first appearance of 2024. There you see the Hastings baseball team is here. The 1-1. Lines a shot. Negron will play it on the bounce. Five. Eight hits now for Roosevelt. Luis Delgado up there. 1 for 3 with a single. 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. First pitch. It's a ground ball. Sorta. They'll go to Soriano for 1. The first double play. Beautiful job there. 2 quick outs. And now they're 1 out away from a victory number 7 there. And listen to this crowd there. Over 46,000 on hand. They're standing. They're clapping. Jack Kiefer's up there. Their last hope. First pitch. There is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. From 46,000 fans. The 0-1 now. Lines a shot. Foul. And it's 0-2. So they're now 1 strike away from victory number 7. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's your 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and that's the winner, folks. Central Methodist has done it. They won the score by 9-4. We'll give you the line totals. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Roosevelt. 9 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Central Methodist, they are now 7-2 on the year. Roosevelt goes to 2-2 on the year. Central Methodist, they'll be taking on Hastings
in about 30 minutes or so, even though it's scheduled for 4. But we may start about 3:45 or so. Quentin Norris saying so long for right now. That's 7,269 of them. We'll see you in a bit on CMUEagles.com and the Conference Network.